Well, good morning out there, and welcome to Volunteer Week. And today is Wednesday in Ely, Minnesota, and we've got a nice day out there. It's starting to be kind of like summer. And I just want to say thanks to everybody out there that's a volunteer that's tuned in today. There's very, I don't even know how to put it. I mean, there's just so many things that you guys do out there for us, and we just want to take this day, today, we're going to be touching base every hour on the hour until 2 o'clock today. 2 o'clock will be our last broadcast. And we're going to just be talking about our volunteers and what they do and what they've done for the North American Bear Center, the Northwoods Ecology Hall, and the Wildlife Research Institute, because it's just a huge group out there that covers most of the world. I mean, as I've learned over the last little over a year and a half now, I'm coming into my second full season here. I just cannot believe the amount of volunteers out there and what they've done for us. And this morning we're going to start out with inviting some of our staff in here and have a little fun with that. The first person I'm going to introduce is Heidi. Heidi Schultz is our store manager. She runs the store, the whole place, not just the store, but the North American Bear Center and WRI. And she's also in a new title this year as a volunteer coordinator. Good morning.
I was wondering where my red carpet was if you're going to bring us all out like this. Shouldn't we have a red carpet for our volunteers and then as well as for the staff on a day like today?
Yes, we should. I'll tell you what, a red carpet would be good for you guys out there. In fact, if you can pretend that there's a red carpet out there for you, we'd actually like to invite you to walk down it. And we wish everybody could clap for you, because our crowd here is huge, ain't it?
Oh, it's ginormous. And, there's probably some people out there who are way more tech savvy than I am that can, add one of those on, just throw that image in there. That'd be nice.
Well, we always talk about people and how they are, but we are surrounded by animals and plants and birds and fish and about everything you can have here. And, as the day goes on, you're going to learn about our exciting North American Bear Center facelift that we've had from the driveway to the back of this place. It has taken a transformation and still is today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot.
Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree.
I'll tell you what, there's been some exciting moments, some trying moments, and as it always goes, it's coming together in the last couple days. So we are still working on it, but we're going to be moving the camera around today just to give you a little bit of an idea of what's going on. So the first two segments of this, the 8 o'clock hour Ely time, right now is, of course, in the NEH, and then we're going to move it at 10 o'clock, I believe, we're going to move it to the display area, and then at the 11 o'clock hour, we're going to move it down to the camping exhibit area, the new Northwoods Camping with Bears exhibit. So next person I'm going to invite up here is going to be Sharon Harrell, our bear curator. Every time I say curator, I keep thinking she's going to make a cake, when it really has to do with taking care of bears.
No. It's a curator takes care of museum things.
Oh.
But since we are an education facility, I have to revert that to our live bears, Ted, Honey, Lucky, and Holly. Hi, guys. Oh, they can't hear me. Oh, well. How are you out there? They probably do, because we have a new system here, and Scott's going to talk about that, and we will actually be able to talk to you up by the dens, and you will hear us crisp and clear. Well, maybe not me, but most people.
And I know above all of us here, you really appreciate volunteers, don't you?
Without the volunteers here, my job would be 100-fold harder. So I thank all of our bear educators who are volunteers here, the folks that bring us food for the bears. Not only I appreciate that, but they appreciate it. Our bears appreciate that too. So thank you, and everyone that keeps me posted as to Lucky's antics. As of yesterday, he was, Lucky's not, Lucky doesn't know what Lucky is, but, he's the lucky guy to have Holly to put up with him. So Lucky was quite active yesterday, as everyone knows. And it's not even mating season yet. So anyway, but I thank everyone in our virtual world that lets us know what's going on and keeps us posted, because even though I have a house here now, I still live far enough away that I can't run in here and look at what they're doing. So, and I have no computer at home.
And I know that there's been a lot of anticipation out there. It reminds me of that Carly Simon song. Anticipation is keeping me waiting. And we're waiting for those bears to come down, aren't we?
We are waiting, and we'll keep checking on them, but keep us posted as to what's going on. So we appreciate it.
Just got to remember that when you keep us posted, that I go to bed about 8 o'clock Ely time. So I tend to get texts later than that, and once I'm awake, I'm awake. So that is not a cue to text me after 8 o'clock, having fun out there. But no, the volunteers out there just add so much to the place, don't they?
Absolutely, and our visitors so appreciate the fact that when they walk through the door, there's knowledgeable people that are going to answer their questions, and if they don't know the question, they find someone who does. And it's an excellent source of their cooperation, of getting to know people and getting our visitors to know them. And our behind the scenes have just gone overboard for last year. People talk about it in town, and without those volunteers, we have had such large groups going back there that it would be impossible to do so. So thank you so much.
And that also attaches it to the virtual world out there, the people that are helping out that are not here. And I got to tell you something, that's the glue. It really is the glue to what we've got going here. I mean, every time somebody touches one of our touch screens, every time somebody touches the floor in this place, the majority of it's due to the volunteers. Our staff that's at the store all the time works hard, and they really go. But a lot of the direction and a lot of the help that we get comes from you guys out there, and we want to say thank you. But, you know, I think we're going to take just a second here, and we're going to actually introduce one of our volunteers, one of our huge volunteers, and everybody out there is a huge volunteer, and I don't mean that in size, but Judy Thone, can you come on over here? Judy Thone is here. She drove up on command. That's how Judy works, and you're all like that out there. The minute we ask something, come on, gather up here, you guys, get close. The minute we ask for something, it seems like it happens out there. And I got to tell you, Judy, thank you for being a volunteer.
Well, thanks, Scott, and it's really been fun to come up in the wintertime, because I work from home in the winter months.
Yeah.
And every time I've come up, it's like I need an orientation. But the most exciting thing, and I mean, there's many exciting things, but we talked about, the help for the virtual people and the people on site, the Bear Eds and all those volunteers that help make things happen in the summertime. But the thing I'm most excited about is right here. We tested out that the sound system here.
Yeah.
Yesterday. It was yesterday, and I said, well, I really want to know what it does on the deck, because we do those podcasts, and that's where the people here at the Bear Center hear the same information, all through the Bear Center. And I can't tell you right now how clear this is for us here at the Bear Center, because you folks are out there. But isn't it crystal clear? Well, we went out on the deck and we tested it, and there's none of this, none of that.
Do that one more time.
And it is so distracting when you're trying to teach, and people on the deck are looking at you like, whatever. So, and it carries. And it just goes to show that, little things matter when you're trying to improve an organization. Just the littlest things people notice when they walk in the door. And I'm really thrilled with that huge opening, the new log opening. If you missed that, well, what can I say? But, all that happened through donations, support, volunteers, local people. Local people, Scott, you've gone to a lot of local places here, which helps the local economy, to see if they can help us. And, well, you folks have just got to come here to see it. I mean,
Yes.
You really do.
Yes.
So, but thank you, Scott.
Well, again, as you look at the group that's here, this only represents a small part of the people that want to thank you that are at the North American Bear Center, Northwoods Ecology Hall. We've got Missy, we've got Glenn, we've got Judy McClure, who is really working hard. Well, they're all working hard. We've got, I'm sure I'm missing somebody. Let me think here. The sales associates, our cashiers out there, and we really call them customer representatives, all appreciate you guys out there. And, you know, last year was my first year to really have fun at the lily pad picnic. And then afterwards, we had the fire outside that night.
Yes, we did.
And that was really a lot of fun, too. I got to meet some of the people that are out there. And I know it's only a small percentage of you that volunteer and do all kinds of things. But I want to thank the people that are overseas. Can you name some of those countries off that they're at? Just some?
Well, you got the Ireland folks, and
Yeah.
then there's Netherlands out there. I don't want to mention any names, but yeah, those are some big, heavy hitters that put in lots of time and help with actually, you know, in one form or another, it's called distance learning. Because I've been quoted as saying, and I'll say it again, here it is for the record, just because somebody is unable to get to Ely, it doesn't mean we shouldn't try to reach them and educate.
Yes.
And that's important. Of course, we want you to come here. Of
Yes.
course. I mean, with the changes that have been made in the last 2 years, well, it's almost not the same place. I think it's just huge difference, huge difference.
Huge difference.
Yep. And, you know, I don't think we're done yet. In fact,
Oh, no, we're not.
we're not done. So we always want people to come here. Of course, the 4 stars are our bears, Ted, Lucky, Honey,
Yep.
and Holly. But there is so much information here that, but again, for those that can't be here, there's all kinds of ways we can educate through our website, as well as, watching us, our podcams,
Yep.
with better delivery system right here, so you're not so irritated. And I think this year is going to be another stellar year for us.
And we keep growing in our area of cameras, PTZ, stationary cams out in the den areas. But we've now got the 3 den cams, and that's, except for Holly, really challenging me this last winter, and still continuing to challenge us with the box out there. It's been a really nice time. I mean, our bandwidth has been what it is. I do understand that maybe we're going to be fortunate enough to get fiber optics a little earlier than was on one of the updates. I found that out yesterday. Let's just hope that holds true. But I think all in all, I mean, the PTZ camera, you can practically watch an ant crawl with that, and that's been fairly steady. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, very. The clarity of the PTZ is phenomenal. The colors,
Yes.
I think, are really quite true.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just remarkable what we can do now from where we were to what we're doing and what will come.
Yes. And I mean, I think that you've appreciated it, right?
Of course. Well, and I appreciate the volunteers who run
Yes.
the PTZ and take
Thank
care
you.
of that program for us.
That's our volunteer coordinator. And that is true, because without them,
I don't know how to do that.
and I'll tell you what, you guys, we talk about the people that operate our PTZ. I mean, what a group, and I could go through every single group, and I know we will talk about that later on today. But I just want to tell you, they are a very, very button-on group that wants to make sure everything's running to the T. And I'm going to tell you what, they challenge us in a good way. They really do challenge us. But that gets right back to the volunteers and the volunteer program we have. Again, when I first came here, and I was told that we had 200 volunteers, and that was just a number thrown out at that time. And I dealt with our volunteer coordinator dual group, which was Byron and Terry. I got to tell you something, they still are an integral part of this whole program. But I just want to let everybody know out there that it just amazes me how many volunteers are out there and how many help us that I've never seen. And it'd be really cool someday to have everybody send their picture here, and we could put it up somewhere, but I don't want to get a lot of pictures right now, neither. But we should do that someday, because it'd really be neat to be able to put a face. You can see us, but we don't know who you are. So putting a face with a voice or a name would really be nice sometime to do. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
And that would make our volunteers actually, to us, come alive, just like we're coming live to you today. Correct? So, with that said, I think we're going to be having Dr. Lynn Rogers and his wonderful wife, Donna, who is Hoot. They're going to be here at the 9 o'clock Ely hour. So with that, I think we're going to take a time out here, and we're going to wait till the 9 o'clock hour starts, and we'll have a fun program, and we ask you to tune in at 9, and then 10, and then 11, and then 12,
1
And two.
and 2.
and 2 o'clock. So thank you out there, and again, thanks for Volunteer Week. By the way, I'm hoping that most everybody out there has received their thank you cards. That there's some overseas ones that are coming by raft, so it takes a little bit of time. In fact, some of you might get your cards by raft faster than we get mail here in Ely, right?
That's true. That's very true.
Because, believe it or not, we've got a wonderful town, but it's got some challenges, don't it?
Well, we are at the end of the road.
Yeah, we're at the end of the road, and some are at the end of the earth, and we get stuff later than you do. It's just kind of humorous. So thanks again, and we'll see you at 9 o'clock, and have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is for you, right?
That's right.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye now.